Alrighty guys, so don't know where I left off here, and apologize because I've been really going into this thing, diving in, and I just haven't picked up the camera to record it yet. Apologize, like I said, but I'm going to try to fill you guys in on what is going on. So, as you can see, motor's out of the engine, or excuse me, motor is out of the dirt bike. Don't know if I showed that in a video. I believe I did, or I said I was going to. I'm not sure. I'm sorry. This actually goes to my new project over here. Big little dune buggy thing we got. So what is this? Let me just this thing organized a little bit. Okay, so what I have found. Dug into it a little more. I can tell, like I said in the other video, the clutch basket is destroyed. Sorry, this clutch basket is destroyed. This is the old one. I have put the new clutch plates that I got in oil, like you're supposed to, and here's the new clutch basket. As you can see, perfectly fine, no grooves or nothing. Ordered our new coil here for the exact model. I'm going to just swap that bad boy out there, and hopefully we get some spark there. If not, then it's going to be a bigger problem, which I do not hope to. Oh, God, I really hope it's not, because then I'm going to have to start messing with stators, and that's never fun. I hate electrical. That's not my strong point. Alright, so moving on here. It had been leaking coolant from the wheat pole. Now, if you guys don't know what the wheat pole is, it's a little hole right under the water pump cover. Here it is. It's soaking right now because there's a bunch of stuff on it. But there's a little wheat hole. Oh, jeez. It'd be right about there. Now, if you can imagine, it'd be, you know, there'd be your water pump. It'd be somewhere relatively around there. Okay. So what happens is it's leaking coolant, which means the seal's gone bad. Open it up, find out. Heck yeah, that seal is destroyed. Now, mind you, this is some of my doings, but there's supposed to be a little retaining spring thing here. Wasn't even on there. When I opened it up, it wasn't, at least. So it's just not, it wasn't even holding the fluid back, and it was letting a little bit seep out, little bit. So I went ahead and ordered the new seal for that. I got that over here. Good on that. Went ahead and opened up the cylinder, make sure and everything is good there. No scoring, no scratches in the cylinder head, so that's good. I made sure to clean that up real nice, as you can see. Cylinder's looking almost brand new, minus the blue. I do not like the blue, what they did here with the blue. We got this here. Now, this kind of worries me. Now, this is your crankshaft, if you guys are unaware. Now, I don't have any up and down play in it, but it does not make a very great noise coming around. Now, I don't think that has anything to do with it, and as you can note, there is no terrible scoring on the thing itself. Now, this stuff right here is just unburnt fuel. It just scratches right off. That'd be from bump starting it a million times before it actually kick-started. Piston's fine. Piston's looking great. Cylinder's looking great, so that's awesome. We got, I'm cleaning this bad boy up so I get all the grease and residue off the, that would be your power valve linkage, which links up to here. Making sure all that stuff's out of there. What else can I fill you guys in on? So I got all new stuff for this. There's new pins, new rods. I don't think I'm going to change out the rod because I believe, I don't know. See, I think there's a ball joint that goes in there, and I think that's maybe the reason why it's not even disengaging at all. If you guys have any idea on that, let me know, but I think the ball goes right in here. I think I might have lost it, so I might need to order one of those. But as you can see, it does work. So you got your motion there. It'd obviously be pushed back by the force there, but yeah. So you got that. And then after that, I'm basically just going to go ahead and clean up these cases, and then I'm throwing this bad boy back together because I don't see anything else wrong with it. Now, mind you, I'm going to go ahead and look at the diagrams for this thing and make sure that it is the correct setup in here. Notice there's a washer here. I'm going to make sure that's also in the correct order, because this clutch didn't work at all, which leads me to believe the clutches don't usually just stop working unless, you know, they've been sitting for a long time, which this has, or there's a missing part to the clutch assembly. Now, mind you, that clutch basket is still way beyond its time. It's ready to go. And it definitely needed a new one, but I'm going to make sure that I have the correct clutch assembly. And I think that's it for that. Water pump stuff all looked good. Got all new gaskets. Let me show you over there. Got all new gaskets. I'm going to go ahead and silicone up the gaskets, being that, as you can see right here, I don't know if you can see that, there's some scraping. Looks like somebody did a poor job of taking off a gasket in the previous build of it, because there's some, maybe, I don't know, screwdriver marks or something. But yeah, like I said before the video, I don't know if I said this, I put brand new Boyson reeds in it, and those are all perfect and dandy, fine and dandy. The other ones had a hole in this part right here, so that's what I thought originally the problem was, but then wanted to go ahead and do it right, so need to fix the clutch and everything. But yeah, I think that's a good update for now. I'm going to go ahead and clean up all this stuff, and then I will maybe try to make a video on how to put this back together, the clutch assembly that is. But for sure I'm going to go do my research before I just throw this back together, because I don't want to have to take this thing apart again and just go through all the pain of taking this thing apart, because these aren't fun to take apart. I'll let you know that with all the torque specs and everything. So yeah, but like I said, all new gaskets around. Don't even want to mess with the old ones. And I think that's it. So I will be back. Alright, so hopefully this is the last time you'll have to see it like this. Basically, I'm going to spend the whole day cleaning it, getting back on the cylinder, and just doing, a bunch of maintenance to it. So next time you guys see it, it will be mostly put back together. Now, I got the new clutch, or the new clutch on. And what is going to happen is I'm going to put the clutch assembly back together. I had to order, where are they at now? I had to order some bearings for it. Sorry, there they are. I was looking for them. These bearings, you put one in the clutch assembly. If I move my way over this way. Put one right here so that the wear is kind of off of the whole push assembly. It's more on the ball bearing. That makes sense. And then you obviously you shove this guy in there the same way you normally would, and then that is how your clutch is actuated. So I'm going to go ahead and put this whole thing back together, and hopefully I'm going to spend the majority of the day cleaning this stuff up. So yeah, next time you see it, it'll be a different motor. Sweet. Alright, so I thought I'd document this. Basically, got it back mostly together, put the top end on, got my gasket sealant. I don't know if you guys know about this, but it's the high temp silicone. Make sure you want to put that on your top end. I always do, just because it's an extra little layer of protection so that we don't have any air leaks. Torque those bad boys down, and here's what I'm going to talk about today. Or a little bit of this video, I guess. Not the whole thing, but a little bit, is this power valve assembly. This took me so long to figure out, and I don't know why it was so difficult to do. Part of it was because it was the wrong spring, so I had to bend it back in place. But basically what you've got here is your bolt, and then you connect your pin, your power valve coming from the actual motor, not connecting to the cylinder, but the part that's coming from the motor comes up. So you put your bolt, you got this thing, your power valve linkage from the motor. And then what you do is you put your washer, and that seals through, I don't know if you can see it, it seals through this piece. I'm sorry for the explaining, terrible explaining, but I guess this is the best I can really do right now. I'm not taking this thing apart again. And then you got your spring, and that connects to the L bend on this part coming from the motor. You put your other L bend going, it's a little piece. You put your other L bend in that same spring, and that connects to your power valve linkage. Now, when you're going to go tighten this up, I had the worst time tightening this thing because I did not know about this little trick. See this hole right here? That is meant to stick a little screwdriver and Allen key in, and you just put it right there and you hold it, and then you can torque this thing down without losing this thing off the spring, right? Okay, so then when you're totally done, it should look something like this, to where it goes up and down, and it should stop all the way up there like that. and you can look inside the exhaust and see what that does. But basically that's your power valve assembly there. So now I'm going to go ahead and put back on the power valve cover, and I think after that I'm going to start tidying everything up on the motor itself, making it look a little nice. I have a problem, guys, and I need some help badly. Ever since I got this motor, one of the reasons I replaced the clutch was because when I put it in gear, it would not roll in gear with the clutch in. Now I'm having the same problem again. I'm almost sure I did the clutch right this time though, so I don't know. But basically the problem being is that when I'm pulling the clutch, it still will not roll in gear. So hopefully it's just the bike needs to be warm. But other than that, I really do not know what possibly could be the problem, other than maybe having to pull it a lot farther than I originally intended. I'm not sure exactly what the problem could consist of. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep working on it and act like that's not a problem, because hopefully, really hopefully it isn't. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and start tidying stuff up like I said, put back on the power valve cover, and that should be all for the motor part, aside from the obviously the Boyson reed cage, which is actually an upgrade, by the way. Aside from that, I think this is going to be ready. Now, yeah, like I said, please do help me out on that problem that I'm having.